I'm not sure if you can hear it, but the clock is ticking. Time is ticking. And I wanted to make this video to just let some thoughts down about how I've been feeling and how I've been thinking from a rational standpoint also, maybe depending on how this video goes. I've been thinking that today that if I carry on eating my parents' food, I eventually am gonna have a mental breakdown. If I keep on eating that food over and over again, I will break. I will break mentally. I've been believing that I've let myself go for a few days now. Certainly yesterday for sure. I've just been feeling that from an emotional standpoint, I've made myself believe that I've let myself go. All the chocolates, all the cookies and the other sorts of chocolates there, even though they didn't really taste nice to me, I've been eating those. The cheese and onion crisps, the baked ones and the original ones, I've been eating those. 2 packets a portion, 1 from each. Mum's rice and stew, unnecessarily large portions of it because it's so low protein. I've been eating those. Just for reference, I'm coming from a place where I've now done something about it. I've already gone shopping. This isn't a video for me to want to go shopping. I've already gone shopping. I haven't completely unpacked yet. I'm currently looking for bags so that I can separate the salmon fillets when I put them in the freezer so that they don't freeze together and make the cooking process longer. But yeah, I've been feeling emotionally, I've made myself believe that I've let myself go, and because I've been eating poorly, and that way of thinking has manifested into my bank balance. My bank balance has been super low, and I've been feeling, when I look at it, just double digits, guys, double digits, low double digits. Yeah, I still have the student loans left, and I can just ask Mum for some more of that student loan, but seeing double digits in my account, it's not even frustrating. But I don't feel angry at the surface. I feel angry deep inside. Like I've been putting my hands on the walls as if I'm about to punch a hole through the wall, practicing how I'd swing on the punching bag. Hold on a sec. Literally like uppercut, hook, and all that. I've been practicing that. I was banging the dining table thinking this isn't me and enough's enough, this has to stop. I've bought my food now, so yeah, I've done what it takes to be able to eat healthily now. I know what my trigger is. My trigger personally is not having any sources of food that are high in protein. It doesn't matter how much broccoli or how much cauliflower, how much yogurt, how much spinach, how much lettuce, how much hummus, how many vegetables and fruits I have. It doesn't matter if I don't have my large sources of food that are high in protein, like salmon, which is around about 60%, tuna, depending on which one you get. If it's sunflower oil, it's around 60%. If it's in water, it's around 90%. Chicken breast, even though I'm working towards becoming predominantly pescatarian to go plant-based, I'm still having that to be able to even more slowly change to that way of life. And that chicken breast is in frozen chicken breast. That's around 90% as well. Shout out to Everyday Essentials. Around about 4 to 6 pieces of chicken breast, frozen chicken breast for $3.50. Drinking water is actually quite the relevant part. It's quite relevant in this video because speaking about it is rather relevant because feeling dehydrated, it only makes things worse. It only further enhances those sorts of thoughts where you've been feeling low, because you're not surviving. You're making it difficult to survive because you're lacking water in your system. Pardon me, when I was going shopping, I was feeling dehydrated, and I was having dark thoughts about going on the road and just staying there as cars pass. I was able to very easily shrug it off because I can recognize that those are no more than emotional thoughts, and I know I'm no longer in a place where I'm actually feeling even slightly suicidal, so I know I could just shrug that off. It's just the dehydration, the poor eating, it's all of that talking, and it led to me having that thought. My actions led to me having that thought of just walking in the road and staying there as cars pass. I know that was very shallow, and that came from a very emotional place. It's not something that I know it's something that I wouldn't actually want to do. I know it's not, so I can shrug it off really. But yeah, seriously, on the premise I carry on eating the same way that my parents have taught me to eat, I will break down. I've just been eating more healthily than they have for too long, and have experienced too many benefits for me to be able to function the same way I did back when they were raising me. That was the norm. Eating unhealthily was the norm, and I probably lost a few inches in height because of malnutrition. I genuinely could have lost a few inches, which I could have grown due to malnutrition, and that it really doesn't help. But they failed in that aspect of being able to teach us how to eat healthily, because it seems like for a while they just haven't cared enough to want to eat more healthily than they do. My mum has admitted that the food that she makes is unhealthy. That's how she feels, but even still she's not prepared to make a change. I've made a change, so because I've made that change, and for a long enough time, I now will feel I'll forever, if I keep on eating the same foods that my parents eat, I'll forever feel more low than they probably would. I can see that my parents speak very reactively when they're speaking amongst each other. They're so quick to speak. They complain a lot. I don't do that anymore. I came from a place where I was complaining a lot in school. That isn't me anymore. Eating those sorts of foods and eating like that, it's just not me anymore. It's not me anymore. Like, me eating that way is me disallowing myself to be who I truthfully am, and me disallowing myself to become something amazing. For me personally, in the past, not eating my parents' food came from a place of pride where I'd be able to fend for my own. But now it's changed. My reasons for it have changed. It being cooking the foods that I cook, and knowing what triggers me to eat unhealthily, which is low protein and sources of carbs, lack of sources of carbs, lack of ingredients that are high in carbs as well, such as wraps. I say wraps in particular rather than rice and pasta because you have to cook those sorts of foods, but with wraps, you don't have to cook that. That's why I've said wraps in particular rather than rice and pasta, because it helps to not have to cook all the time. Sometimes I don't want to cook all the time. Oh. This isn't me anymore. Eating poorly like how my parents have eaten, how they've raised me to eat, it's not me anymore. And I was banging it. I've never done that before. I've never done it so often and put my hands on the walls like how I show you, as if I was punching a punching bag. I've never done that before, because of how I've eaten. I've done it before, but not because of how I've eaten. And also because I've been eating poorly, I've also been thinking about all sorts of music that I don't want to think about, particularly drill, certain drill lyrics from a lot of music that I've watched, especially from one place in particular. I'm not going to say where. You don't need to know. It doesn't matter. It's not your business. I don't mind if nobody watches this. I've just as far as I'm concerned, let's put it like this: real life matters a lot more than YouTube does to me. When I progress and I purchase when I purchase that level 2 personal trainer course, it's game over. I just got to trust in myself to be able to learn the content, and pardon me, eating healthily will help me do that. But for now, I think that's it. I just wanted to make a video showing me looking low down because of how I've been feeling these past couple of days, about how I've been eating so poorly. I've been eating poorly for, I don't know, maybe at least a week now, maybe a week or 2 weeks, and I knew nearing these last few days, I knew that it would eventually catch up to me. I was saying that yesterday, my action, or maybe even the day before yesterday. I think it was yesterday though, last night. Like, all of those times I'd be eating unhealthily, they'd catch up to me, and I understood that. And they already were. It was obvious through like the 13th weekly picture review that's going to come out. But I won't be doing that to myself again. I just have to hold on a bit longer until I pass the level 2, purchase the level 2, pass it, and then be able to work as a gym instructor, like how a couple of people I know have done, like David and Harrison, and work under Isaac's wing. That's what I want to do whilst I get my level 3, the actual personal training qualifications. But yeah, for now, that's it. That's the end of the video. Maybe you can learn something from this. Maybe you can't. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Bye.